Okay, Mary. As you know, I am Brittany. I'm going to give you a little bit of background information, and then we're going to go ahead and start our study. So, I'm working with a company called ReminderX to make a feature of a school reminder app more efficient for teachers to use. First, I'd like you to read over the consent document I gave you. I know you signed it on my phone there, and so we've gotten that one done, but do you have any questions about the consent document I had you sign?
No,
Awesome. Now I'm going to read some information straight from this page. I want to do this because it makes sure that everybody starts out with the same exact information. I'm sorry if it sounds a little bit scripted, but we'll keep it as short as I can. Okay? So we've asked you here today to provide us feedback on a portion of the app that creates events and reminders for teachers to send to parents and students. We want to make sure it's usable by teachers who have various levels of technology skills and experience with app use and smartphones. After this orientation, I'll read you a scenario and ask you to perform some tasks. Then I'll observe and listen as you work on the task. As we go through the study, you can help me by thinking out loud. Basically, verbalize whatever you're thinking, what assumptions you're developing, what questions you find yourself wanting to ask, and other things like that. Don't be afraid to say whatever comes to your mind. It's important for us to know where and how the app is not meeting your expectations. Don't be afraid to let me know that as well. I'm not the designer of the system, so you're not going to hurt my feelings.
okay.
Finally, act as you would if this were real. For example, if you get frustrated and would want to exit out of the app, I want to know that. If you would continue on, then please go ahead and do that. But if you would call for help or you've had enough for whatever reason, I want to know. The point is not to spend more or less time on a task than you would if it were real. I want to stress at this point that the app is being tested, not you. If you don't understand something, that means we have more work to do to improve the app. One last thing, the prototype you will be using is not an actual phone, but a replica of one on paper. I will provide you with sticky notes, pencils, sticky tack, and note cards for you to add your suggestions, note blocks and questions, or even add features, dialog boxes, or icons if you like. If I would like you to feel free to add whatever design features or edits you think would be helpful. You may stop me at any time if you want to add a note, ask a question, or change something around. Now for the purpose of this study, I'm going to give you a little background and then I'm going to give you some information. I want you to imagine you're a 6th grade teacher who is already using a version of this app. You want to celebrate the new school year and get students, parents, and staff together so they can all meet. Your mission will be to use the ReminderX app to create the event, invite guests, request supplies, and ask for volunteers. You don't want parents to forget, so you'll need to send reminders within an effective amount of time. You have 15 new students in your class this year and their parents to meet. Here are the requirements for your event. What? Back to School Homeroom Party would be the title of the event. When? September 1st from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Your guests are all parents, all students, and all staff. And you need party supplies, food, drinks. And the volunteers you need will be 5 parents. Okay, that's the beginning information that I have. The next thing I'm going to ask you is a few demographic and background questions here, and then I'll give you the scenario and have you perform the first task. Do you have any questions before we start?
No,
Okay, my first question is, do you own a smartphone, tablet, or computer for personal and or work use?
yes.
Okay, what do you own?
Smartphone,
Anything else?
computer, laptop,
Okay. Is that all?
that's it.
Okay. Personal and work use, or one or the other?
Both.
Both. Do you currently use a reminder app or a school reminder app?
I use the reminder app
For personal use?
for personal use, yes.
So we're developing a new school reminder app to make parent, student, and teacher communication easier. What would be the biggest challenge in that area for you?
Probably ease of use, how quickly I can use it.
Okay. How often do you incorporate technology into your life now? And
Uh,
why?
Daily.
Daily. And why?
It simplifies tasks.
Okay. Alright, so here we go. We're going to go to our first task here, and here is your home screen.
Okay.
Okay. So it's time for you to start planning the homeroom party. You open up the app on your phone, and here you are at the home screen, right? Now, I want you to first take a look at the icons on the bottom. Look them over for a minute, and I know they don't have any titles as to what they mean, but I would like you to go ahead and guess what they mean and tell me what first comes to your mind and what you would assume those icons mean.
Okay, so the first one, I'm assuming is like an alert. It's notifying me something, my task. The third one, not sure, possibly the screen.
Okay?
And the fourth, I'm seeing bullet points, the tasks themselves.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to give you what they actually mean. I would like your feedback. Now, after you see the titles of those icons, do those make sense to you?
They do.
Okay.
They do.
Now, as a user of that app with those icons, would that be easy to remember if you didn't have what they meant there?
Absolutely. Once I knew what they were, they definitely make sense.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Now, we're going to go ahead and have you start creating your event here. I'm going to give you that information for the event just in case you want it or you need to reference back to it, or I can just go ahead and tell you what that would be. Okay. So now that you know what my icons mean here, I would like you to tap the icon that you think would allow you to create this party. There are no right or wrong answers.
Okay, so only the icons at the bottom.
Correct.
To create the party.
Correct. Just
Okay.
to start creating the event.
Okay. And I tapped on reminders.
Okay, so that would be your first one. Great. That's awesome. So you type on that, you press that, and then you're going to see this come up here. Now to continue creating your event, where would you go?
I click on event.
Alright. Now after you do that, you're going to see this little screen pop up on here. Now the date of your event is September 1st, 2017.
Okay, so I'm going to tap on the event. Or the calendar up here, but I'm going to tap on.
And what do you expect that to do for you?
I expect it to create the date.
Okay. So after that, you're going to have a screen that looks like this.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and have you fill in the event information. Of course, it's kind of pretend here, but we're trying to pretend it's as real as possible, so we even have a little keyboard for you.
Okay.
And I'm going to have you start typing in the event information and tell me where you're typing it all in at. So let's start from the top of the
Okay,
page
so
here.
the title,
Okay.
and that was
The homeroom party?
Homeroom Party.
Correct. Type it in. Alright. Now you gotta fill everything else in. So go ahead and just walk me through what you'd be filling out.
Alright, then I tap on location, and I put the location where my school is, and I put my room number so they could find me.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Go ahead and go on to next.
Notes.
What
I
do you
probably
have
put a
there?
reminder in there that we had some new students, new parents, so I might put 15 new students this year.
Okay.
My dates are in here, I see.
And those are pre-selected on the calendar by you, I believe.
Correct.
Okay.
Then I go down to invitees,
Oh.
and I would invite all of the parents
Right.
for students in the classroom.
Okay, and so as you see, if we click on invitees, we're going to get another dialog box, a little pop-up box here that'll come into your screen, and we're going to pretend that this is the invitees box here.
Okay.
So go ahead and tell me what you think about and where you would go to invite everybody, and what you would start
I'd
with.
select all parents.
Okay.
Individual names. Yeah, I'd select all parents, and hopefully it would be Mrs. Potton, yeah, my name, I would select my homeroom and hopefully that would generate
Okay.
a list of all the parents.
Okay. Now, is it confusing the directions up here as to how you select?
Um, all parents, staff, no, this all parents, but then obviously I'd need to identify my homeroom. So no, it's not.
Okay, cool. So for selecting one or more, you've selected all parents. Now you need to invite your staff and your students.
Right.
So clicking through these might be a challenge, looks like.
It's a little confusing to me. I don't think I choose individual names. I'd probably go to staff names if there were other staff members I wanted to invite. And then I'm assuming in this drop down, I see Mrs. Potts' homeroom, Mr. Scott. So I'm assuming my name would generate, and I could click on that, and it would generate all the parents from my homeroom.
Okay, wonderful. Alright, so we've gone ahead and selected our invitees. Let's go on to my next question here. Okay. Do you see somewhere that you can request confirmation of attendance?
Could you repeat the question?
Do you see somewhere that you can request for the invitees to confirm their attendance to your party?
Yes.
Okay, and where would that be?
The RSVP, and it looks like I can turn that on or off.
Okay. And how do you think you can turn that on or off?
Just on off, I'm
By
assuming.
touching.
Yeah, by touching.
Okay, great. So we want to create an RSVP, so we would want to do what?
I'm going to click on RSVP, click on.
Awesome. Now, how do you think you would make sure that someone you invited does not forget about the event?
The reminder, and I would click on.
Okay. Now, if we click on that reminder,
Okay.
we're going to find this box here. Now, you want to remind the parents and students and staff, especially the parents, within an effective amount of time so they forget, they can make it on time and still come to the event, make things around their plans.
Absolutely.
So how would you set a reminder for that?
Probably knowing my parents, they're very busy. I probably would give them the week before and also the day before.
Okay, wonderful. So go ahead and do that for me. Awesome. Okay. Now what about this box here? What would you select?
The remind all.
Okay.
Okay, so that would be to remind everyone that I've invited to the event.
Mm-hmm.
And I might not want to remind all of them a week before or a day before.
Okay.
The staff, I might just want to remind them the day before.
Okay. So maybe a little bit more of an option to remind staff, certain staff members.
Right, individualized for certain people.
Okay, so where do you think you might be able to do that at? If at all.
Well, I would assume if I could put remind staff, and this would drop down. So if I clicked on remind all, that would be much quicker.
Mm-hmm.
But if I wanted to customize it, yes, if I clicked on remind staff, and I could say one day before.
Okay. So, any suggestions how to make that easier? Because you had said something about making it so you can remind certain staff members, but not all staff, or certain parents, but not all parents. So maybe, any suggestions for that?
Yeah, for the staff, I'm sure all the staff would like to know that an event is going on in the school. Yeah, possibly some type of alert for them, just to remind them all, not necessarily a day before, a week before, but almost a calendar type thing that pops up and says, this is going on in my homeroom, if they.
Okay. So it's really like this, maybe make it more helpful if you had a customized option.
Yes,
in here.
absolutely.
Okay. So we've gone ahead and set our reminders then. All right.
Oh, look at my blaster.
I knew it. I knew it.
Can you edit it? Can you edit that out?
Yeah, try.
We're almost done. Can you edit that out? Huh? No? You can't?
Okay. Alright. Okay. Now, one of our last steps we need to do is we need some parent help, we need some supplies, things like that. So, can you tell me where you might go to set that up?
I would be adding volunteers.
Awesome. Okay. So, once we do that, we're gonna see this little box pop up. And here's your little box for your
Okay.
volunteers.
Okay.
Now you need 5 parent volunteers at least, and you're gonna need some items like whatever party items you may need for a classroom party.
Mhm.
So say we need 5 boxes of forks and 5 homeroom teacher or homeroom parents to come in and kind of observe the party.
Mhm.
Can you tell me how you might do that?
Well, if I'm entering the task, um, I'm assuming that because there's an add more button, that I can enter the number of people needed for my party, and the task would be the
Okay.
party. Then I could go to enter item, and then I could list the specific things that I needed parents to bring in.
Okay.
And each time I needed to add another, cupcakes, paper plates, whatever items I needed for my classroom, I could click on the add more button.
Awesome. So after you do that, what would you click when you're all through?
Um, Probably save and complete, probably done and then done and then
Okay.
save and complete
Okay.
event.
So after you click done, then this is what would happen.
Okay.
You
Oh,
would
that's
see a
awesome.
confirmation
Okay.
of what you just typed in to make sure it's
Right.
all correct. Now, if that was all correct to you, then what would you do?
Then I would save and complete event.
Okay, wonderful. So after you go ahead and click save and complete event, this is going to close out. Here's your next screen. How do you know that you were successful at doing this and setting up your reminders and creating your event?
Well, there's the check mark when it says success, and it's telling me my homeroom party has been created.
Okay. Is it obvious to you or any
Oh, it's
concerns
very
about
obvious
it?
that I've completed the task.
Awesome. Okay. So now I'm just going to ask you a few end of session questions here
Mhm.
about all of this. How do you feel it went overall?
I think it's a great app. I love it. I think it's very user friendly. There were a few things that were a little confusing to
Okay.
me.
Can I ask about what those were?
I think I did not recognize this immediately as for media
Okay.
and what that would be used for. So I found that icon a little confusing. Most of the drop downs and the selection menus were pretty clear. Um, the calendar was great.
Okay.
The title, location, start and end date. I think I did get a little confused on the invitees. Um, but other than that, I think most of it was very user friendly.
Alright. Jot some notes down here. And what, if anything, did you like about the experience?
Um, well, first of all, we have a hard time, all of us at school, remembering the different events that are going on in the classroom. Trying to, we're constantly making phone calls and trying to get a hold of parents and signing up. This is just a wonderful way to reach out to everyone. It's all in one place. It reminds them, it reminds us. I know in an instant by looking at it that, yes, someone's bringing this and how many people are coming and what items are being covered for the party in the classroom.
Okay. Did you dislike anything about it?
It seemed a little lengthy at first walking through it, but
Okay.
I think any new app is until you've used it once or twice, and once you're familiar with it, then you move through it
Okay.
much quicker.
Okay. overall impressions?
Overall impression,
Mm-hmm.
a great, very user-friendly app. I would definitely use something like this for my classroom.
And on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being difficult and 5 being very easy, how would you rate the use of these for what you just went through?
Probably a 4.5.
Okay. Would you use this app in your classroom as a parent?
Oh, absolutely.
What did you find most helpful about the app?
Um, I think it was just, it had a logical, uh, as you click down, the chronology of it was really easy.
And one more time, what was most confusing about the app to you again?
The most confusing, the media icon,
Okay.
and then when I got to the invitees.
Okay. And what was most confusing about the invitees again?
I think it was when I saw the all or individual, or there were several different options, and I kind of wasn't sure where I was going to get all those.
Okay. And what are the things that you like most about Reminder X compared to your current app?
I think that my current app doesn't give me that opportunity to invite other parents and specifically being able to ask them to sign up and bring particular things. I think that is the most valuable feature of this app. The fact that they can sign up for what they want to bring and they've got the reminder, to me, that it's a big time saver on my part.
So on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being definitely would and 5 being definitely would, 1 being definitely would not use and 5 being definitely would use, how likely would you to be to use it again?
Oh, 5.
Okay, well, I appreciate your time today, and now that we're at the end of our session, I just want to ask you one final question, and that would be if you have any more questions for me or comments.
I don't. My only question is, when's the app going to be available?
Awesome. Hopefully very soon. Very
Good,
soon.
good.
So, thank you so much for your time, Mary. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for letting me be a part of this.
We'll let you get back to your grandson now.
Thank you.